You're listening to the UK Christian Hip Hop Podcast on Kingdom Culture. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 17 of the UK CHH podcast on Kingdom Culture. I'm joined with DJ Cassie and Calvin Venus from the Food Audio. How you doing, guys?
I'm good.
Keeping it cool here. I like you guys.
Yeah, very hot out here. We're hitting 34, 35 degrees. I must say, it's been terrible. And guess what? My AC broke in my car.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
So you know when the windows are down, he's just hoping for wind to blow.
No. Oh, no.
You look like it's about to be a drive-by.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so yeah. I'm not feeling that at all. But hey, you know, at least the sun is shining. And the weather is sweet. What about yourselves? How you been?
Go on, Cassie.
I'm been not too bad. Just working and celebrating a birthday recently as well. So I'm celebrating for the whole of the month. So.
Wait, is that an official thing you just come up with?
Yeah. That's how I thought I'd just celebrate for the whole month.
Well, you can see. Oh yeah.
At what point do you make that decision? Like, right, okay, you know.
I think if I never had a good day on my actual birthday, even though it was good, but I think I needed some more. That's when I'll continue on until when I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied, like everything about my birthday. I've even still got balloons up. I'm not gonna lie. If I show you a balloon, I've even still got birthday balloons.
But real talk though. How long does decorations stay up in your house for? Sometimes mine can be up there for like 3 months.
Wow.
You know the Christmas tree discussion that we have. You know, like when do you put your Christmas tree up and when do you take it down? Like sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you. There was one year I had Christmas at my house and the tree stayed up till March.
What?
That's honestly me and my wife.
My days!
I want to take it down. It's long. Like
the lights. I like lights
and the tinsel and what's that?
Yeah. I like lights. I love the lights.
Yeah, Christmas
lights. I love lights. Christmas lights. I do like.
It gives you that feel in it. Like it's almost like have you ever experienced an open like log fire kind of thing?
Yeah.
That feeling.
It does. It's just to me, it's just so relaxing and it just sets a good scene, especially when it's like sunset or when it's dark or whatever, and you've got them lights on in your house instead of I love that.
Yeah. I'm feeling that.
And it's nearly Christmas anyway, so. Sorry to say, everyone.
You're a glass half full person, isn't it?
Yeah, I really planned. I try to.
We're July, and you say it's nearly Christmas.
Yes, because we got halfway through the year, so it's nearly Christmas.
You know it's Christmas when you start seeing them adverts on TV, innit? Them Jingle Bell adverts. You're thinking, allow me, man, please, man. Yeah.
Well, for me, talking about scenes, I changed my scene again. I think was it episode 15?
Yeah.
I was in my studio now. I'm at home because we just had a little one. She's not there, obviously. But yeah, man, I'm now a dad of 3.
Wow. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
How's it like? So how's the sleep getting on?
Because I'm still mixing.
Yeah.
No, by no means at the same intensity as I was before, but I'm still effectively running a business. Because, there's no sick days in your business. You know that, Charles. Yeah. There's no sick days. And I'm, taking some time off because I'm an AV specialist in other areas.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to be smart with my time. But honestly, it's like a different time zone because, the kids are quite methodical. Like they're kind of like I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I know when they nap, I know when they go to bed, but they zap your energy and your time. So where I'm grooving in the studio and like got my own schedule and you can like procrastinate a little. I know how to procrastinate. Here you can't procrastinate, man. Yeah. Like if you procrastinate, they're gonna get into a fight. And my girls every hour they fight 4 times and they're making up 4 times every hour. And so, every hour, man. That's sweaty. And I can't take my eyes off them for a second while my wife is focusing on the little one.
So can you mix from home as well? Have you got your stuff set up there too?
Yeah. I've got a little thing here. You got to understand, man. I'm lower in the totem pole in my household. Like I've got my wife, and then it's the eldest one in the middle, and then the newborn, and then me. And so whatever happens, I've got to stop what I do and move over there. Yeah. So I I lost my studio to the second girl. So yeah, I kind of do some things with headphones. There's a way to mix with your headphones. You have to be cognizant of, you know, references. We talked about mixing techniques. Maybe we talk about that in another time, man. Just how to mix at home. Because I had to mix in a hotel once. I had to mix like on a flight, you know. So deadlines don't.
Deadlines are deadlines.
Deadlines. Yeah. There's no sick days. And
in terms of your studio, where it's located, how far from your house is it? Is it like a 15-minute, 20-minute drive? What is
about
it?
25 minutes on a good day. I like that because, you know, I've got so I bought this house because there's a big backyard. And I'm actually looking at it now, and it's still empty because I changed my mind because I wanted to, you know, build like a shared studio, but I reversed from that. I went 180 because I don't want people traipsing in and out, like my wife not knowing who's coming in. You know, I didn't want to bring that kind of madness. But at the same time, I wanted separation from my work. I wanted to feel like I'm going to work. So there's nothing. It's nothing better than driving away from work because that time is also equal. Like imagine if that, and you know, this is not knocking anyone who's working from bedroom studio, because I've had that. Like I've had a home studio, I had a bedroom studio pretty much most of my life. One certain part of my life, for good sort of 6 years, I was working primarily from a home studio. All the other times I was working in recording studios. And if I'm honest, man, I need the get up, get changed, shower, you know, drive in the car, listen to some references, the mix, make a couple of phone calls, go swing by, get my Starbucks. You know what I mean? I need that time. Otherwise I'll be still in my you know, PJs, in my slippers, going to the studio in a casual mindset. For me, I need to put my work clothes on. You know what I mean?
Star Wars.
Well, you still gotta be presentable.
Your connection seems a bit slow.
But not. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can close.
I thought it was me. Here. I was thinking, am I seeing things? But I thought it was me. Oh, this light's just giving me. I've got a migraine. It's actually starting to not help.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, much better. Right, let's get into the tracks. Let's get into the music. Let's get into what you've been listening to. So on this episode 4, you know how we like to chop and change, try different things. We're still in our teething, moment. So like, bear with us. We're gonna try and play some music, but instead of us inserting it in post-production, so I say, we're gonna try and do it in pre-production. So who's gonna go first? Roll of the dice. We should do like rock, paper, scissors or something, isn't it?
Oh god.
So you got 1, 2, 3, show.
Oh, no, why are we all got the same thing? Okay, do it again.
All right, one more time, let's go. 1, 2, 3, show. All right, cool. I'm done. Cass got me. Yeah, Cass got me. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, you two.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, show. Oh, you what?
Here we go.
Okay, go.
1, 2, 3, show.
I cut you up there, so that means it's is it me? I was trying to lose. Really? Go first. I said I lost it. All right, let me get my one then.
Yeah, so we're gonna try this and see what it's like, and we're gonna hopefully not talk too much over the music so you can enjoy it. Give you our points of view, and if you've got any points of view for yourselves that you know like that track, we always encourage you to go and get the music. We'll supply the information for it, and not only that, we encourage you to share it around as well, and get to know the artists and their catalogue of music too. So hopefully your ears will be tickled and you'll be entertained.
So basically, the song that I would like to share with you all is a song from Raging Moses, Raging Moses, titled Good Life, and it's featuring Darmea. I'm hoping I pronounced the name right. So I'm going to play it for you all now.
I'm from a place you never need to go, unless you had a reason and a need to smoke. Green trees, they ain't never seen the autumn leaf. My block was like a farm, now it's looking like a pharmacy. Da Vinci Leonardo, but just audibly find freedom like the scene within a martyr's dream. And all my brethren royalty, blood hit the earth like a seed, let the soil speak. Trying to be here where my vision and my toil meet. Gather wisdom, still my system got me slow to speak. Cosmonaut in the world full of artifacts, the art of water, all the lies, I wanna learn the artifacts. Flying like I'm in a different time zone. 2 fish and 5 loaves with the mind blown. Living his provision like it's my home. God's stone, seen it all with my eyes closed.
Mind focus, give me energy. God made it happen, you should let it be. If they thirst, let them in, let it drink. God is good, probably better than you think.
Yeah.
Mind focus, give me energy. God made it happen, you should let it be. If they thirst, let them in, let them drink. God is good, probably better than you think.
Represent that greatness that they came up out of average places. Revelations when you realize that you out the matrix. I seen it all with my eyes closed. Quiet clarity that went and took away my blindfold. Prayer where the roof go. I found a loophole, way to leave earth without dying. Only few go. Talk to God, boy, they counted me strange. But tell the people that Prometheus is out of his flame. I'm able to walk free without the power of Cain. In a world where some evil is empowered by fame. Like bad charters for government, mass slaughters. Got money for black water, no money for tap water. Even when back falling, I never could back off at the calling. It's always close, not the phone in my back pocket. It's closer than those thoughts that I think about most often. The balance of being human and superhuman, my options.
Mind focus, give me energy. God made it happen, you should let it be. If they thirst, let them in, let it drink. God is good, probably.
So what do you all think?
Good little fade out there.
Definitely a DJ, innit? I really want to get in on this one because, first of all, when the track started, the first thing I got, and forgive me for this comparison, but the first thing that came into my head was Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise sound.
Oh wow!
Wow, that one.
That just was spinning around my head, and I was just kind of praying that please let this flow be on point.
Wow!
And honestly, yeah, that took me into it. It's like it's weird. It was warm.
Yeah.
But in terms of the lyrical wordplay, it was very cold. Like, you know, one of the lines that stood out to me was like, "I'm able to walk free, but not like Kane though." I'm like, like to really understand how he was working the wordplay when we talk about tap water and different things like that was really good. It was warm, cold in lyrics, but it had the chorus.
Oh yeah, the chorus was.
What a very intelligent way to layer a chorus.
Yeah.
It wasn't forced. It wasn't stressed. It was so lax but so forceful. That was a really good track. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I can tell you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I tell you enjoyed it. I was like, I can see you enjoying it. It really does. And as the chorus says, mind focus, give me energy. It really does. When you hear that, it actually does kind of get you to that mode to focus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The chorus, yeah.
Clearly, like for me, straight away, when you have like kind of almost like a 2-bar intro of just this, I thought it was a trap sound, and they switched the beat into a like boom bap sound, but that kind of like you had that boom. I was like, okay, because that snapped the cliche out for me. So in my mind, like I didn't even hear the first verse because I was like, good flow, but man, that was a good switch. Like at that point, I probably would have rewound it and go, let me relive that part again.
Yeah.
But I did think the intro was a little too long.
Yeah, it was a long intro. That's the only thing. The intro was long.
It's like, okay, I'm waiting. But like, I didn't feel like I was starved of content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I hadn't known what this song was going to be, maybe after a couple of, like if it was at the end of an album or something, then I would have expected something like this. But it's great to kind of like have this, what we're doing here, because you can go, all right, I'm forced to listen, just like our podcast listeners right now, or anyone who's listening on YouTube. You're forced to listen and go, do I like this song? where would I play this song? You know, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's thinking like this. I can't take the DJ out of me. And so I was like, okay, so this is one of those reflection songs. This is one of those worship songs. So when Charles is like, he started, you know, taking out like the lyrics that he likes, I was like, yeah, that's kind of the where this song is going to be placed. It's like one of those long drive songs, or
yeah.
You know,
go ahead.
Just a sliding point here. Definitely when you said that in terms of like the depth of content. That's the, again, I'm not being bad, Cass, but I know you like your trap music, so I'll split some trap in it. But
I know you was, I know. That's why I thought I'm gonna, you know, I do like
good selection. Yeah.
I do like my hip hop, you know, as well. So hip hop rap music. So I do like that type of music. I love that flow. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you know, yeah, I do like that type of flow. So
I think the beat for me was just like, it just took me out of that comfort zone of what's right now circling the airways. Again, we've spoken in a previous podcast how these sounds are current and they're important, they're part, they help define the larger genre of hip hop. But to hear these types of tunes done in such a mature way with the lyrical depth and content, almost kind of had like a Dead Prez kind of feel. Almost like going way back, you know what I mean? You know.
But you know what's really cool is that, I mean, look, everybody, you have a DJ pulled out an album track. It's not, you know, DJs don't just listen to hits and hits and hits and hits and hits and whatever single everyone's pushing. You know, we do listen in and we do enjoy content in its fullest. And so you shocked me with this selection, actually. So, because I'm with Charles. I thought you were going to pull out a trap beat. And, I mean, look, let's face it. You're on the end of the scale where people are going to send you the singles.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's why I said, like, I commend you for like listening to people's albums and giving it time to pull out this track, because you have to give it time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll be interested in what everyone else thinks about this track. So
so make sure you all leave comments. Leave the comments. I would like to see it, and I'm sure Raging Moses would like to see them as well.
Yeah,
you know, it's a great song.
Definitely. Calvin, what are you saying?
I don't know, man. I don't want to pull out a different track now. But
you're gonna change it now. You're gonna change it.
No, I want to. But I'm gonna. Well, I mean, it's not competition, is it?
I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny, actually. All of you have actually heard this song before, and I won't be talking about any of the mix or anything because I'll be incredibly biased and that'd be unfortunate. But I do. This song actually got re-released. It came out 2 years ago under IDJ. When I was out, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why I'm pulling it out is because I don't think I actually had the opportunity to experience it. Like sometimes, like when I'm in my work and my workflow, I'm going through things like 100 miles an hour. So you're looking at it a little bit more scientifically, a little bit more artistically, a little bit more in terms of, okay, what is my client trying to achieve? Oh, my connection's a little bit unstable. Sorry, guys. So like I'm looking at it from that point of view, you know, and so rarely do I look at it as, you know, as you guys, like a recipient, as a consumer. And so, and I guess, you know, I'm going through a period of time. And so when this song resurfaced, I heard it like everybody else is hearing it. And so without further ado, it's going to be Palace. I bet you thought that was going to be it, right?
I recently played it, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Of course. You Got My Heart, featuring Bizzle. And the interesting thing is that this song came out just as Bizzle came out with Lightwork or 2.0, like in the redirection that he was going. And so I hear it on good authority without saying too much that you're going to hear a lot more like this, more maturity in terms of songs and in terms of sound as well, sonics. I think this is the direction they're going to be going. And there's a lot of changes. So if I was you, go check out This Is Palace on Instagram and stay abreast, because things are going to be moving really, really fast. I'm trying so hard because they promised me not to say anything. Or, you know, I made a promise with them not to say anything, but there are some huge things going on that, you know, some big personalities in Black US community is getting involved. And so that is huge. that's as much as I can say. So that was a bit of a tease. I'm sorry about that. But all right, so I'm going to share. Couldn't find it now. Here we go.
In the building. Palais. Study shows in your lifestyle. Just want to encourage y'all to be holy, man. For real. Live holy. Yeah. I feel like making a hit. You know who I'm rolling with. Creator of all of this. The holy of holiest. We gotta be about the biz. You know how the kingdom is. Spreading around the love. What it is. Yeah. And you know you got my heart, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The show, I surrender to you. You know what I'm riding with. I gotta make it a point. You know how to preach and get. Switch all up in my wrist, like baggage up in the bracelet. I ain't loving money, the root ain't nobody safe with. I be working the field, laborers be like 3. I be working the deal, entrepreneur me. Gotta be in his will, give you that one for free. It was Dutch on the bill, Jesus covered the fee. Yeah, and you know you got my heart, God. Oh yeah, yeah. The show, I surrender to you. In your word, I turn it over. Hide it inside so I won't sin. I feel like making a hit, you know who I'm rolling with. Creator of all of this, the holy of holiest. We gotta be about the biz, you know how the kingdom is. Spreading around the love, what it is. Yeah, and you know you got my heart, God. Oh yeah, yeah. The show, I surrender to you. Ballet with the worship. This right here is just rehearsal. Cause when we get to heaven, we gon' really sing. And then you get to tell him what you really mean. I'm praying that he tell me job well done. I know he tell some didn't know y'all. Sad but it's so true. Claim to know him but he don't know you. Yeah, and you know you got my heart, God. Oh yeah, yeah. The show, I surrender to you. And you know you got my heart. You know, I surrender. I feel like making a hit, you know who I'm rolling with. Creator of all of this, the holy of holiest. We gotta be about the biz, you know how the kingdom is. Spreading around the love, what it is. Yeah, and you know you got my heart, God. Oh yeah, yeah. The show, I surrender to you.
Every time I needed you in my life, you were there and right on time. I surrender all to you and I will praise you with my hands up high.
Depths to the C, back to the E block. Wanna be a G? You gon' have to see the treetop. Live well, get stripped, get nailed, get whipped, whip hell, died and rise again like you feel like my OG. Don't believe it, you ain't gotta see it, cause he showed me. Told y'all, I don't know how to be low key. Every bar in that car like it's 4G.
Hey, if I love it, you hate it, then it gotta go. Hey, you ain't got the wheel, I ain't tryna roll. Hey, you are the way and the truth, oh God. And I surrender.
I feel like making a hit, you know who I'm rolling with. Creator of all of this, the holy of holiest. We gotta be about the biz, you know how the kingdom is. Spreading around the love.
Yeah, make sure you don't fade out yourself, don't like I did that.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's like them. That's them old school. It's like a throwback, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Why do you say that?
I mean, that's your
first impression.
Yeah, 100%. Bro, like,
what's your first impression, guys?
Do you know what? Because I've heard a lot of songs on that rhythm. So it's like I've heard a lot. I've had a lot of submissions with songs on that rhythm. Not exactly sounding just like that, but on that same dun 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 dun. I've received a lot of songs that are on that similar beat. It has like the dun 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 dun. Maybe not the same on the same key, but I've had a lot of song submissions on it. And when I heard it, it's definitely one of them songs that just like, for me, it's like when a flower is about to bloom, or when a flower blooms, that's what it's like, that's what I get of it. It just feels encouraging. It just has that energy, a lot of energy. I do like it. And funny enough, yeah.
Sorry.
And when I do, it's because of time constraints, I don't ever get to really play Bizzle's verse in it. But my last show I did that, I played a bit of it. But because I just wanted everyone to hear.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Both your impressions,
Yeah.
your response is exactly mine.
Yeah.
Like, this is the type of song that I wouldn't purchase. It's not the type of song that I would necessarily like, queue outside HMV back in the 90s for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got that kind of that sound like summer radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a two-step, song that I wouldn't mind hearing, in some clubs in London, and not be embarrassed by. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tune that you can dance to with your wife. But again, like, it does have that familiar vibe. Like, we've heard that beat before. Like, this song, what makes the song strong isn't the beat. In fact, the beat, like, if I heard the beat and Palace goes, yeah, I'm going to use this, I'd be like, bro, these, it's the hook is which really, and he sings, like, I know he's going to see this, and he knows what I think about his voice. He sings weird, man, but it's good. It's almost like a cross between if Akon and Mali music.
Yeah.
Just, like, it's like the love child of those two. It's like almost not like Akon. I can't listen to a whole album of Akon. Like, I couldn't. But he will do a hook where you'll be like, that's a jam right there. Yeah. It's like Nate Dogg. It's like Nate Dogg. Yeah. Nate Dogg I couldn't listen to a whole album of Nate Dogg, but he has the dopest hooks in the game.
You're right, actually. I couldn't listen to a whole
you know what I'm saying?
Very true.
And so,
very true. Good point.
So it's actually funny that we move from like a typical album track to a typical single that you do to promote something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like something I hear on an advert.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yep. And not only that, I'll also say the summer vibe. Like, I had a barbecue the other day, and that kind of track comes on instantly. Do you know what? I'm not insulted when people say this, because I understand exactly where their mindset's coming from and what they're thinking. But they come over to you and they tap you and they're like, is that Christian music? Because they're flabbergasted with like, wait, actually sounds that good. So that's a barbecue kind of like vibe, good vibe track. And I saw the video to it as well. They were on a boat, kind of doing their thing in the fun fair. It was nice. Am I right to say Bizzle's wife was in it? Yeah. Cool.
Which is rare. See what I mean? Like,
she was in
She's in the other song.
They were in a club.
Lit.
Yeah,
lit,
true. Yeah, true. Yeah. So and also I must say, just because I genuinely love rap music. Yeah, the bars when he came in, when he does that singing and then he flips it to bars. Oh man,
who does that remind you of? Who does that?
What second? Oh, Snoop. Oh.
Starts with that.
Oh yeah.
Like an old school R&B vibe.
It's true.
And then that.
And also, Calvin. Also, is it Andre from Outkast?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that kind of like vibe as well. He's got that kind of like, we'll sing and then we'll just like that kind of. It's a nice little. No, that's that honestly, that's a.
And actually, I think his first verse is a reference to a Snoop Dogg track as well. From the Dogfather album. No, I won't play it. But you have to go back and listen to it. There's a reference. The flow comes from Snoop Dogg. I'm pretty certain of it. It may be Dr. Dre, but I'm pretty sure it's Snoop Dogg. And I thought that's skillful, because I think what he's saying. Let's face it. It's very rarely you have start with the hook, verse, hook, bridge, go back to the hook, then like any R&B rap combination, you probably start with a rap now. Do you know what I mean? Like, rap is king right now.
Yeah, you're right. They kind of actually no. Do you know who recently done a song as well? R&B, Montel Jordan with the Craze. So he started off singing and then the rap came in afterwards.
Yeah, which is almost like. Yeah. I mean, Lecrae's got a big name now, like, so you could do whatever you want, but I think it's rare. Like, I think what we're hearing is something that we're growing up in the 2000s that we just don't hear no more, and I think it instantly put us back there, you know. And I think that's why Bizzle was very, very clever with his flow. So if you like that, go check it out. It's called "You Got Me" by Palace featuring Bizzle, and you're going to hear more from those two.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited. Big camps in the US are definitely doing their things, and showing what collaboration can really look like in CHH. So, yeah, much love to that, and great representation to many of us in the scene and our community as well.
Yeah. And it was mixed and mastered by a certain British man, so UK can claim that. But anyway, Charles, we're stealing your thunder right now. Go on.
Well, actually, I feel like I'm going to steal everybody else's thunder, because my track kind of drops right back down, very far down. So I kind of wish Calvin went last now, but we're going to go with it because we done our rock paper scissors, and I lost first. Okay, so next time I'll play harder. All right, this one here, this track, it's you know me. I like lyrics. I like depth. I like thinking deep. I like challenging my walk. I love all of that kind of stuff. Hence why I always argue the edification side of Christian hip hop. Now, when I bought this album, I listened to it first time and I heard a few things. I was like, oh, it's really good. But I listened to it again. That second listen is never like the first. It's a wonderful, wonderful time that you have with it. And I really felt connected to this artist. And upon what I'm about to say, I think you know who I'm talking about now. And then I heard this artist retired. And I was like, really? After this kind of album? I'm like, bro, it sounds like you just get warmed up. But I know man's been in the game for a hot minute. So, without further ado, my computer sound is connected. This track, absolutely love the hook, because if you know your Bible, if you know your theology, you know everything he's saying is just powerful. But yeah, this is Sevin.
I knew it.
Track called "If You're With Me," featuring Zaydok.
Okay, go.
Yeah. If Yahweh is before me, who shall ever stand against me? Huh? I know who I am now. I know what I am now. Let's go.
In the valley where Goliath plays, victory desires praise. If you desire for me to walk the sea, all you gotta do is call for me. In the garden of Gethsemane, I know you'll guard me from my enemies. I can sleep up in the lion's den. Yeah, swim with the Leviathan. Hey, for real. Rugged is the cross that bears iniquities, and bloody is the cost he paid for victory. A wicked seed, humanity scorn, born of a witch's breed. If we hit the tomb with this disease, then we're doomed to be fricasseed. So God incarnated the flesh and he conquered sin, so it could no longer enslave us to death. But y'all mock it, no concern with the grade of your test, but the false prophet gon' burn. Ask David Koresh, he been speaking. Sin got us too divided up to hear it. The homicide of the Messiah reunites us with his spirit for real. Headed for Hades, but he prevented me. Essentially assembled me and sent me an identity. Yeah, for the Lord I'm an oracle, I'm the mouth of God, the bride of El Shaddai. Guess I am the spouse of God, a God with a little G. But Yahweh is the Alpha God, is fundamental. If I'm the temple, then I'm the house of God. In the valley where Goliath plays, victory desires praise. If you desire for me to walk the sea, all you gotta do is call for me. In the garden of Gethsemane, I know you'll guard me from my enemies. I can sleep up in the lion's den, or swim with the Leviathan.
Say, the Father demands allegiance. Faith isn't optional, it's mandatory. And without it, pleasing him's impossible. Put our trust in his son like Peter when he hopped out the boat to walk on water with Christ, who will guide us through our obstacles. The 3 Hebrew boys survived in the furnace of fire. On the other hand, the Lord allowed men to hurt the Messiah. Daniel spent the night in the dungeon where the pride of lions and famine ravens were sent to bring food to prophet Elijah. What they all had in common is they suffered for his glory. What seemed impossible odds, they made it through in every story. Man, when I go through trials and life is stormy, well, I had the faith to endure the situation before me. God chooses to be invisible, but the power's literal, manifested through vessels that are physical. Sometimes it's in the form of inexplicable miracles, or simply saving one like me who was wicked and pitiful.
In the valley where Goliath plays, victory desires praise. If you desire
God made them walk the sea.
Yeah.
So I was listening to that. It's that type of song I would have to listen to a good few times because there's so much content in it and so much word in it. It's not a one listen song. You have to rewind.
Well said.
Because it says that so much in it. It's a little sermon in it, so it's a lot in there. It's definitely, you're right. It's one of them ones that definitely bring you like,
Straight
you
down,
know,
But
I have to feel like I need to like I need to meditate now. Like I need to meditate on something, you know, just listen to it again and kind of, it's definitely make me want to reach for the Bible. Cause like, you know, let me just see what he just said, but just go and read something. It's done that for me.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe, isn't it? Yeah. Like
I think he's got the right balance of, you know, like there's a lot of rappers these days that they know their word. They're in the Christian hip hop game. And I mean that in the nicest way. And, you know, they want to share some word. Here's a good example that you can use where you don't sound preachy. Like this is, I don't want to talk about the mix because I mean, I didn't like the mix, but I do like the content, like top to bottom, like the right beat, the right delivery, the right approach, great feature, solid word. It like you can tell like they were very, very methodical with every lyric. It lands well. The flow is excellent. The execution of the flow is excellent. You know, I feel that the mix let it down. Like I feel that it should have done. Like I should have known this track. Do you know what I mean? Like, and do you know the weird thing is? It actually reminds me of Hazakim. I don't know if you're familiar with Lamp Mode's Hazakim. They did a lot of music.
That name sounds familiar.
So they did a lot of music like this, but they always felt short. And except the Son of Man album, I feel they stepped up. I felt like they felt short on the mix. So much so that you're like, I want to give it more listen, but I can't. This one, the content is so good. I forgot, like after like, you know, the first verse, I was like, okay, I can actually listen to it because like, I felt like I could trust everything, any way that it could go, you know what I mean? It's a strange thing to say, but if there was any indoctrination in this, you could have done it and I would have accepted it. You know what I mean? It was so, I know, it's a strange thing to say.
I get it.
But I feel that, man, this dude's retired, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I think we lost a good one here, man.
Well, like he's come out with Ghetto Gospel, a mixtape on his Hog Mob label. I think he's trying to go. Obviously, there must be sales splits with God Over Money when he released Rather Die Than Deny. That's the album that is off. So obviously, I think he's trying to go. I have not confirmed this. I've seen a lot of posts from him talking about for all of his sales go to that the ministry outreach on the streets in the ghettos where they're trying to bring the gospel to. So maybe his direction has changed. So he's still spitting because he's done. He dropped 2 tracks. One Pray For Me and the other one I can't remember the other one. First, we'll Get a Gospel. No, Pray For Me, and there's one where he acted like he got shot or something like that. So there's different ones that he's still doing. So for me personally, I came to Sevin very late, just like with quite a few CHH artists. But to be honest with you, I took so much courage listening to him in terms of what we do for Kingdom Culture and artists that we speak to, especially the ones who are struggling with that whole, you know, I want to be overt, but how do I be overt with it? How do I be direct with it without slamming it in people's faces? And other than, I'll say, a Bizzle, and then going way back to the 90s and early Lecrae stuff, like, you know, this is overt, done in a very shrewd and almost like a technical way, where he's
authentic. He cut. See, you know, it's funny. It's like everybody that I know that knows him personally, like on a, hey, you know, come sleep in my house, do our show level. They always say that he is, as you hear him, is how he talks, is how he preaches, is how he is very, very knowledgeable scripture, and he is really living at the commission like 100%. Not in a way that, hey, look at me, like kind of left hand working in the community, right hand with, you know, selfie mode and doing videos and sharing it. Like he will be getting groceries and he will snap to to ministry. And I think certain people are called to do that, and he is responding to that call, and you can hear it in his music. I'm kind of glad to hear he's doing, you know, more. Like I've got to catch up with what my friends are doing, but I'm so glad he's still doing that because he's authentic with it. Like he'll walk into street, like a street gang in the corner of the street. Like this is first-hand account. Like my friend was like, man, we just saw these dudes. Like, I don't know, like they clearly were of one color, blue. And he just walked over there, you know, with his purple heart, for one of the better expression, because that's one of the names of his projects. Went over there and just shared, like loved the guys. You know what I mean? And like, maybe because he had the look, but he definitely has the approach. He knows how to talk to him. And that should be encouraging for everyone. Like, yeah, okay, we you know, maybe I couldn't do what he's doing. I couldn't walk in the middle of LA and just talk to a street gang corner like that and have the same effect. Like I said, he's really a gifted brother. Like, you know, I definitely encourage, we should find his social handle and share it with everybody, because anyone who's hearing this, if you really want to hear what Christian hip hop, you may be skeptical about what some artists are doing, and you have every right to feel skeptical, because we live in a very brand focused, like everybody's a brand these days. If you really want to see someone living out the gospel and sharing it, you got to get some of it on social media, but you also got to get it on his friends' social media accounts, and they're always sharing stuff that they're doing as a group, and it's very, very encouraging.
Definitely. His Twitter handle is @Sevin Hog Mob. So it's @Sevin SVIN Hog Mob. And I honestly, yeah, I back everything Calvin's saying about Sevin. He's on point. And
sounds funny in our accent.
To help.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It doesn't. Yeah.
Hog Mob. How do they say?
Would you like a tea? That's what the Americans go, innit? They think we love our tea up there. Oh,
yeah, tea. I'm not even a.
Nah, I'm the cliche man. I love my tea.
Yeah, tea's nice, but we like other things too, innit?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You know? Yeah, I like my herbal tea. But okay, I like herbal tea.
Cash, you're not helping us, man.
Herbal.
Yeah, I do like. If I have tea, it's tea and biscuits. But I don't have tea every day. But
yeah.
Oh no, I do every day.
And you're a dunker, right? Because that's me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, every day. Dunker. Yeah, I miss my custard creams though.
Oh, do they have custard creams in America?
No, they have like a cream version Oreo, and it's not the same.
Oh no, I can't dip an Oreo in tea. That's not nice. Oreo.
Any biscuit.
No.
You just got to know the integrity of the biscuit first.
Yeah, exactly. For if it drops in there, the tea.
That's true.
Because it's very annoying to drop a McVitie's chocolate biscuit into coffee.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's done. Yeah, it's done. It's done.
But you should know that biscuit though, because there's only certain biscuits you could get at a certain time before it like embarrasses you and then crumbles and
100%
scooping out. So you got to know that biscuit. The biscuits in the UK you can't dunk for long. It's like literally like
unless you have a hobnob, then you got a bit more.
Hobnob or even
about 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds still could be quite
even
long.
On top of what you normally have for another biscuit. So you're looking at about six.
Yeah, no, actually, no. You know what? I can say one. You know, shortcake, the thick one, the shortcake one.
Oh, them ones.
That one, you have at least about 10 seconds. That one you can do.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, that one won't embarrass you. That one, you can. If you're a first time dunker, go.
I got a question for you. Do you dunk? Do you know the jam ones with the jam in the middle?
Yes.
No, they're not jamming. They're not jamming. No. The other ones with the sprinkle of sugar in them. You know the ones with the.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, with a hole in the middle and it's got jam in it, but it's got jamming dodges. They're not like a heart shape.
Okay.
And then they got cream in it as well.
Yeah, Foxes do it.
Foxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know them ones that do dip that.
I have.
So how do you feel about the jam when the tea mix? You know?
No, I dip jammy dodgers though. That's the thing.
Wow.
I love dipping.
So I only
it melts the jam.
The only thing about them jam ones though is I feel it kills. I think it slows the vibe, because I do like a good consistent like dunk and eat and grab, dunk and eat and grab. Them ones, like you can't have that with assortment of biscuits, right? Because if you do that, you're going to be spending longer chewing that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not really there to chew, man. I'm there to jump. I want that savory with the tea. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and also they're very close to the fingers. So like because obviously like your tea hot in it. So how deep do you go before it starts burning? The longer the better in it, because you can.
Yeah. I don't want to rest on a biscuit, man. I'm there for the savory. You know what I mean? I'm going for the savoury.
I burn my fingers for some of them, especially like to finish off a chocolate biscuit. That I will burn my fingers.
In you go.
In I go.
Oh man, that's dedication. That is dedication.
Yeah.
What about? Okay, I know not everyone's gonna agree with this, but what about toast?
Yeah, I'm all the way.
What? You dipped your toast in your tea?
Butter toast.
No.
All the way. Bam. Bam.
Yeah, all the way.
Oh no!
It's got a slurp to it, man. It's got a slurp.
No. I tell you what, I would do though, because like something.
There's one that starts with
toast.
Because I can't eat biscuits in the morning. It hasn't got the same tea and biscuit. Really is an afternoon thing.
Yeah. Can't have that in the morning. No way.
Yeah. That's like I feel like I need savoury then, but with toast, there's a liquidity to it. You know what I mean? And if you toast it right. And you butter it right.
Okay, yeah. You know what? In regards to toast, you like your toast. No, but how do you like your toast? I like my toast. Like, I don't like and see any crust, like black crust on it. It has to be sort of like a bit slightly floppy. I don't like it hard, like hard.
Oh
toast.
man, see, I like my toast.
I don't like crispy. I don't like crispy toast.
I like my toast like I like my steak, medium well.
I like my medium rare, then I would say my toast.
Toast medium well, but I don't know. You must have bread. You must leave the bread out.
Yeah, I like warm bread, like because I love the taste of just cooked bread. So yeah, that's
well, we went from Sevin to toast, like and bread and Dunkin' and tea. Brilliant! What a great conversation. Look, let's end it there. It's been great. We're gonna have some great questions for you next time. A great topic for you next time. So make sure you tune in again. Great numbers on Spotify. All of our Spotify listeners, much love to you. We've seen a big spike, a big rise in that. So much love to you. Listen on Spotify, iTunes, Google, directly through Kingdom Culture, kcmix.com. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your feedback and your discussions after the show as well. Well, let's leave it there, and we'll catch you next time for episode 18, God willing. So much love. Take care and be blessed. Peace.
Peace out.
You're listening to the UK Christian Hip Hop Podcast on Kingdom Culture.